You did everything right. You studied hard, you got the job, you hit the goals. And yet, somewhere deep inside, something feels completely hollow. Like you've been chasing a finish line that keeps moving. What if I told you that feeling isn't a flaw in you? It's a feature of the system. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why the modern definition of success is psychologically designed to keep you running in circles. And more importantly, you're going to have a real, practical framework for building a life that actually means something to you. Not to your boss, not to your parents, not to Instagram. To you. Here's the thing. We live in the most successful era in human history. More wealth, more access, more opportunity than ever before. And yet, rates of anxiety, depression, and burnout are at an all-time high, especially among people in their 20s and 30s. That's not a coincidence. Something is fundamentally broken in how we define success. And most people never stop long enough to question it. They're too busy chasing it. There's a psychological phenomenon called the arrival fallacy. The belief that once you reach a certain goal, you'll finally feel happy, complete, fulfilled. Once I get that promotion, once I hit 6 figures, once I buy that apartment. Sound familiar? The problem is that the human brain adapts almost immediately to new circumstances. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. You get the thing, you feel a rush. Then 3 weeks later, you're already thinking about the next thing. It's not weakness, it's neuroscience. The trap is that success culture banks on this. Keep you hungry, keep you running. Here's where it gets really interesting. Modern success culture doesn't just sell you goals, it sells you an identity. Hustle culture tells you that your worth is your output, your productivity, your title. And when you absorb that identity, you stop being a human being and become a human doing. Your entire sense of self gets wrapped up in what you produce. So when you fail, or even just slow down, it doesn't feel like a setback. It feels like you are the failure. That's psychologically devastating, and it's completely manufactured. Social media didn't invent comparison, but it turbocharged it. We used to compare ourselves to our neighbors. Now, we compare ourselves to the most curated, filtered, highlight-reeled version of millions of people simultaneously. Psychologist Leon Festinger called this social comparison theory. Humans naturally measure themselves against others. The algorithm knows this. It feeds you content that spikes envy and inadequacy because those emotions keep you scrolling. You're not failing at life. You're being psychologically manipulated at scale. One of the most painful truths I can tell you is this. Most people are living someone else's dream because they're waiting for permission to live their own. Permission from their parents, from society, from the version of success that was handed to them when they were 18 years old. Here's the dark psychology of it. We are wired for social approval. Our brains treat rejection from the tribe as a survival threat. So chasing conventional success is, on some level, a deeply human fear response. You're not chasing success, you're fleeing judgment. So here's where we turn it around. Purpose isn't something you find, it's something you build. Philosopher Viktor Frankl, who survived the Nazi concentration camps, wrote that humans can endure almost any how if they have a strong enough why. Real purpose comes from 3 places. Connection, who you love and who loves you. Contribution, what you give to the world beyond a paycheck. And craft, the work that pulls you forward, not the work that merely pays you back. The shift is subtle but seismic. Stop asking, what does success look like? And start asking, what does a meaningful day feel like? Here's what nobody tells you. The trap of modern success isn't that it's evil. It's that it's seductive. It gives you enough to keep you running and just not quite enough to make you stop and question the race. Real purpose isn't the opposite of ambition. It's ambition with roots. It's knowing why you want what you want and being honest enough to ask whether you actually want it or whether you've just been told you should. That's the escape hatch. That's the door most people never open. If any part of this video felt uncomfortably true, that's not a bad sign. That's a good one. It means you're already more self-aware than most people ever become. If this opens something up for you, hit subscribe, because every week we go deeper into the hidden psychology behind why we think, feel, and behave the way we do.